Hey, what's up YouTube? Out at the creek again with another knife review for you. And that blade definitely means business. 4.5 inches, it is D2 tool steel, and it is hardened to 61 to 62 HRC. True full tang construction, about 5 millimeters thick. G10 handle scales, extended tang, and the pommel has an impact point at the end. Just that extreme piercing ability. You might need that, you know, if push comes to shove. Unfortunately, some people might need that in certain situations, right? Yeah, you can tell whoever designed this was unloved as a child. You know, no, I'm just kidding. I think that was me. I think that was me that was unloved as a child. And now here I am, reviewing fighting blades. But in all seriousness, you know, I hear from people all around the world, including countries that are literally at war right now. I got some viewers in some of those countries, so yeah, I mean, weapons of war, weapons of last resort. So your knife is going to arrive in a box like this, right? Takumitak, that's the name of the brand. All right, so the art of survival. And as I've said before, like all gear reviewers, I have a perfect survival record. I have not even died one time. The sheath on this is molded Kydex. It's got eyelets all around there. It holds it very securely. It has this, which you pull that, you squeeze these, and it's easy opening. All right, so an easy opening belt loop, right? It has a convenient spot to push off of, right? So it's a tactical sheath. Useful comparison. So here we have a dagger by this same brand that I've already reviewed, right? So this brand is really good for tactical knives, and both of these have extreme piercing ability. The single-edged blade is legal in more areas, so that is one benefit. Now in regard to fighting in a military situation, I know many people that have basically killed other people when they were in the military. As far as knives go, there's two scenarios we have to think of. One would be a stand-up fight, and the other would be a grappling situation where maybe they're rolling around on the ground or half up, half down, okay? So stand-up fight versus a grappling fight. Now, the guy that I know who personally killed 2 people in a stand-up fight, he used a machete. He was a Vietnam vet. He literally split a guy's head from crown to jaw with a heavy machete in Vietnam. And that was a stand-up fight. Machete has long range, right? With a short knife like this is much more likely to be used in a grappling situation at extreme close range. And I know people that happened to as well, in places in hellholes like Fallujah, other urban combat, where they were literally rolling around with the enemy and it was kill or be killed, and they managed to pull out a knife and stick it in a vital area. So that's what this is for, all right? It's like an anti-grappling last resort. Okay, picture this. You are a young, strong, aggressive Marine that is full of adrenaline. You smash into the enemy, you get him on his back, and you use this to finish the job. All right, let's go stab a log. All right, YouTube, I just filmed stabbing this log like 5 different times because there's a lot of shadows, so I'm not sure which of those cuts is going to make it into the video, but here's a collage of stabbing this log. Now what you have to remember is that a human body is far less resistant to being cut or stabbed than this old weathered log. So if that was an enemy soldier, if that was an insurgent, you know, with the wood it goes into there, but if that were a human enemy, trust me, this would be it would be horror movie level carnage. I am going to cut some other materials because even if you bought this for that one purpose, you're going to use it to cut other things if it's the knife that you have on you. Soldiers find their own uses for things, so let's just cut some other materials to be thorough. Okay, here's a knife on some paracord. Here is a knife on a seat belt type material. Here is a knife on some stretchy bike tire tubing. Here is a knife on a piece of a box. Alright, here is the knife versus a piece of wood. Let's just see what it does. Drawing it down, not half bad, considering this ain't no bushcraft knife, that's for sure. The hell, I don't know what you might use your knife for as you're waiting for the knife fight to happen. You feel me? Alright, making a little progress. Man, it's warming up. It was cold. In the early morning, it was very cold here. I can see it's warming up. I want to be able to, you know, wrap up my filming just as it gets kind of uncomfortably warm. But basically 2 hours ago, your fingers would freeze out here. Just 2 hours ago. Alright, this is okay. This is kiln dried firewood. It's definitely a lot harder than a branch you would find out here. But some of the wood out here, it's too soggy to be a good test. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know, it ain't much of a whittler, but there it is. Made a little spike. This is a real knife meant for real world use. You know, this could survive out in the field, right? Like I said, 5 millimeters thick, almost like a pointed, sharpened pry bar. I have to say, I really like the pricing on this knife. It's about $48 right now. Now, I was looking at another knife just recently, the Andrew Demko Free Rein Tanto, and it looks awesome. Love Demko, but his Tanto was $150, and it's like AUS 10A steel, nothing wrong with that, but $150 for the Demko knife, and it almost has the same, like it's around the same length as this, right? So this is less than a third of the price of that Demko Tanto. So now that I have this, I'm tempted, but I don't even know if I'm gonna get that Demko because just price, right? This is a great budget-friendly alternative to other knives like that are just a lot more expensive.